Good morning with you, Miss Yasmin, science teacher. We are going to cover Unit 3, Principle of Heredity, Part 2. First, what's meant by gametes? The cells by which the heredity traits are transmitted from the parent to the offspring. Law of segregation of factors. Mendel's first law. What is the Mendel's first law? When two pure individuals of any one pair of heredity traits are different from each other, only the dominant traits appear in the first generation, while the two traits appear in the second generation by ratio 3:1. So only the dominant traits appear in the first generation and the two traits appear in the second generation. From the previous explanation, we conclude that the dominant gene plus dominant gene give pure dominant, but the dominant gene plus recessive gene give impure dominant, and the recessive gene plus recessive gene give pure recessive. Slide number 3. Pure individual. Individuals that carry similar pair of genes, either dominant traits or recessive traits. Hybrid individual. What is a hybrid individual? Individuals that carry different pair of genes. One is dominant and the other is recessive. So here we have one dominant and one recessive. Using samples to represent the experiment of heredity, as shown here in the figure, we can see the male individual take sample and the mating female parents, gametes, first generation and second generation. We are going to use the first generation F1 and the second generation F2 and the parent P and the gametes G. Slide number 4. Exercise number 1. Explain on the base of genetic principle has pure yellow seeds and the other pure green seeds. So here we have pure yellow and the pure green seeds. Mention the ratio between the individual until the second generation. As shown here in the figure, we can see P plant of yellow seeds. It is pure, and the P plant of green seeds. Also it is pure. The pure yellow takes the letter Y capital and Y capital, multiply by the green seeds which is pure Y small and Y small. Both of them are the parent which takes the letter P. We here can see the gametes G. We can separate them into Y capital and Y small, Y small. We can see in the first generation by mixing Y capital, Y small, 4. Y capital, Y small, Y capital and Y small. So 100% of the pea plant are yellow seeds. All of them are yellow seeds by 100%. In the opposite figure, we can see pea plant of yellow seeds, but they are hybrid, Y capital and Y small. And the pea plant of yellow seeds, also they are hybrid, Y capital and Y small. So the gametes here, Y capital and Y small. We can see in the generation, in the second generation, F2, Y capital, the pea plant of the yellow seeds pure, and Y capital, Y small, the pea plant yellow seeds is hybrid, and one is pea plant which is green seeds and it is pure. So here the ratio is 3:1. 3:1 means 75% to 25%. 75% plant of yellow seeds and 25% plant of the green seeds. Slide number 5. Exercise 2. On pollinating to pea plant, all the product plant are hybrid tall stem. As shown, we can see the parent, pea plant tall stem pure and pea plant short stem pure. Here the pure tall T capital T small and the pure short T small and T small. Here we can see the gamete T capital and T small. In the first generation, the produced generation T capital T small by 100% hyper tall stem. Slide number 6. Exercise number 3. Crossing between two pea plants, one of them red and the other is white flower. Here we can see the parent R capital R small, the pea plant of red flower hybrid, and the pea plant of the white flower pure R small, R small. Here we can see the gametes R capital, R small and R small, R small. In the first generation, we can see hybrid red flower by 50% and white flower by 50%. So the hybrid red flower R capital R small and the white flower R small R small. Slide number 7. Second, study the inheritance of two pair of more contrasting traits. Mendel explained how two pair of contrasting traits are inherited. As shown here in the figure, the pea plant have tall stem and red flower, and the other have short stem and white flower. So 100% of them are tall, as shown in the figure. Slide number 8. Mendel observed that all the first generation plant had tall stem and red flower. So here we have pea plant of tall stem and red flower, T capital, R capital, R capital. And the pea plant of short stem and white flower, T small, and R small, R small. We can see the first generation, 100% of the plant are tall stem and red flower, T capital, T small, R capital, R small. Slide number 9. Mendel left first generation self-pollination, then he planted the produced seed. Mendel observed that the second generation plant have different traits. Here we may make mix between T capital, R capital, T capital, R small, T small, R capital, and T small, R small, as shown here in the figure. Slide number 10. According to the two pairs of contrasting traits, the result is the following. So here we have two pair of contrasting traits. They are 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. 9 tall stem red flower and 3 tall stem white flower and 3 short stem red flower and 1 is short stem white flower. This is the percentage according to the two pair of contrasting traits. The second law Mendel's, when two pure different individual pairing to pair of more of alternative traits are crossed, the trait of each pair appear in the second generation of the ratio 3 dominant traits and 1 recessive traits. Slide number 11. Here, a pea plant with tall stem and green pod pollinated another one with short stem and yellow pod. Here we explain the genetic structure for the first and the second generation. We can see 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. 9 tall stem and green pod, 3 tall stem and yellow pod, 3 short stem and green pod, and 1 short stem and yellow pod. Slide number 12. The dominant and the recessive traits in the human being. The following table shows some of the human traits. Here we can see the traits. Number 1, the tongue. The tongue may be ability to roll and inability to roll the tongue. Number 2, the ears. It may be free earlobe or attached earlobe. The hair may be curly or smooth. Also, the hair may be black or light. And we can see the eyes. It may be wide or narrow. And the eyes may be brown or colored. Here we can see the dimples or no dimples. Sometimes we can see no freckles or freckles. Slide number 13. The chemical structure of the nucleic acid DNA. Here we can see the DNA consists of chromatid. Both of the two thread chromatid connected to each other by a point which is called centromere. The chromosome is found inside the nucleus and the nucleus is found inside the cell in the living organism. So the cell nucleus contains chromosome. The chromosome chemically consists of DNA and protein. The DNA carries the genetic materials of the living organism. Slide number 14. Genes. They are part of DNA, so the nucleic acid DNA consists of small part called genes, and the genes, each of them consists of a structural unit called nucleotides. Thank you.